amecheza huu mchezo kwa muda mrefu na anajua he can produce, he knows which card to produce that can excite Kenyans. Sasa tusirudi huku nyuma tukaanza kucelebrate at Adani is gone. Adani has to go through the right procedure, paperwork. Our courts also have to be accountable, kwa sababu koti pia zilikuwa zimeshaanza ku receive hizo bribes, and that's why you saw slowly by slowly William Ruto had started winning at the courts. Uliona sha vile kulienda, hiyo ni pesa ilitumika, hakuna justice ilifanyika hapo, ni pesa ilitumika huko. Sasa tunataka tuone haya makaratasi. He should not go to the public hapo hivyo asimame bunge aseme sijui nini. We want to know by paper, by law, ya kwamba hiyo deal imekuwa withdrawn, na tuambiwe the parliamentary committee yenye ilikuwa inafanya hiyo kazi, it was supposed to oversight that deal, walifikia wapi na walifanya aje. Sometimes back, Peter, you saw there is a group that traveled to India. We were not told those names. Ilikuwa ni undercover. Ini deal imekuwa tu undercover, imefanywa tu hivi. So William Ruto cannot stand on in the parliament and tell us ati cancel. No, there should be people, there should be legal fraternity yenye inafaa ifuate to the conclusion ya kwamba Adani does not do any business in Kenya. Otherwise, it will remain just rhetoric yenye amezoea. Kwa sababu huyu jamaa anaweza dhania hata ako kwa siasa, anaweza dhania ako kwa gari, anaweza dhania ako kwa rally fulani ndiye anapiga hiyo kelele. Because William Ruto and the microphone, he can talk anything as long as it excites the masses. So let us be very careful. But it is a big up in case it is something that we are very sure it has been withdrawn. Let politicians not take this credit. This credit should go to the likes of Nelson and others, the likes of Anthony, the likes of Gashoka, who went to court because of this matter. And the many of us, the likes of Pipita and others who fought and in days trended Adani to make sure that they conveyed the message that the masses wanted. Otherwise, let us continue fighting as one unit, as one Kenyans. Let us remember, and let us always remember, this regime stands for nothing. It stands for nothing, anything that is good for us. So anytime we get an opportunity to fight it, let us with all our energy fight it for the sake of our children and for the sake of the future of this country. Thank you, Pipita, for this platform.
Thank you for that.
This is the Home Run with PP.
You're tuned into Home Run with PP, ladies and gentlemen. We have been live here for the past 6 hours, since 2 p.m. up until now. We have about 7 minutes before we call it a night. If you like what you're doing, of course, I'll just remind you to go into that tip jar to support the show. I see Access ako hapa hivi. Access mo kwa aje mzee? Jambo Access. Sesmo ni kama hatupati. Arudhi, how are you doing? Arudhi, are you there? Aya, Arudhi ameenda. Bionic, can you hear me? Confirm you can hear me. Bionic.
Bluetooth connected.
Hello. Budasikianga nikiconnect to the Bluetooth device. The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. Naona hapa hivi watu wameenda side. Maria anasema ningepanda but hii ni sudo. I hope tu ni mwanadada iseti ni ndume anajiita Maria cause hiyo nayo sasa hapo utakuwa umebehave badly. Yeah, so I don't know if you can hear me bwana Access more ama umepata mambo ni ngori umepata your balance is just up. Wacha ni mchezo. Kweli wananikula credit nikiangalia. We?
I can hear you, Pipi.
Oh, talk to me. How are you doing, Arudhi? Bionic, you can hear me?
Bayon, just confirming. Yeah.
Arudhi ameenda. Oh, thank you so much for the confirmation. Yes, so I have about 5 minutes. I can give a chance to one more speaker before we call it a night. Kesho ni siku ya mwisho ya home run, lakini of course Saturday I have a whole shoot, so weekend ni kazi bado. So but let's get it bana. Ingia kwenye microphone. I think anaitwa Arudhi amerudi. Arudhi, are you there? Looks it's me. It's not you, it's me. But I can see we have Frederick. Jambo Fred. Frederick. Sesmoni aje? Ndio umefungua mic.
Ya, niko.
Frederick. Talk to me. Ni Fred anaongea. Fred itabidi ngoje Sesmo tusalimie alafu ndo uongee.
Sawa.
Talk to us Sesmo.
Yeah, hi PP.
Hi.
And everyone on the platform.
Tuko sambamba, talk to us bana mzee. Umepotea mpaka ukasahau kwamba wamenyamaza.
Yeah. Hey, no. I'm here. So just to quickly pinpoint a few issues on this on the topic of conversation today. I was just wondering who the president was addressing. Was he addressing the parliamentarians or was he addressing Kenyans? Because it's supposed to address the Wanchi, not some cronies of some MPs, stamping. I had, I talked about having cancelled the Danny deal. And these guys they're all over there like merrymaking and stamping their feet. I mean, what nonsense? What is? Kwani hao watu wanakuaga? Anyway, so the other issue is this president is talking, or rather, is talking to us Kenyans, addressing us via the State of the Nation, as if he's campaigning for presidential election again. The presidential elections were long gone, and this guy has got nothing to show, or rather, nini ametufanyia. So he's still talking as if he's campaigning. So to me, that State of the Nation address actually, to me, did not make a lot of sense. The other thing is, when you talk about the economy, I don't know. Does this president listen to, what the Wananchi, basically tell him, or rather what the electorate, or rather the Kenyans are telling him? What are the parameters? Which parameters are we supposed to use to gauge, or rather say that the Kenyan economy has grown? Maybe if you have economists on this panel, maybe they can advise on that. Because I don't see, what justifies the fact that the president was talking about the Kenyan economy having grown. Because then everybody, or rather everyone, is just complaining on how there is high cost of living now. There are a lot of issues as far as the economy is concerned. So to me, I want to maybe up this because I know time is of essence, but I don't know what goes through our president, because this president looks first of all, he looks stressed, and he looks tired. He looks like he's trying to justify a lot of things via talk. I think the majority of the Kenyans are now woke people. They just don't want to listen to your rhetoric that people hear at the time. They want to see actions. But so far, he's quite pressed, and for the first time, or rather for some time, actually, since ile time alikuwa ameenda Embu, and na pia hii inampeleka. Well, things are not very, very rosy for him. So I think that the good thing is we need to keep on exerting that pressure and having these kind of conversations. Of course, we know he's our president is somehow hard-headed, and maybe he doesn't listen to whatever it is we tell him. But I think the way the pressure is now coming, I would say things are really, really boiling nicely. I know we have a lot to do, but let's keep the conversations going. I want to appreciate the forum, and thank you, PP. Yeah, so that's my submission to you.
Thank you, Sesmo, for finding time to talk to us. I want to let Fred talk to us, then Bionic, then we can call it a night. I need to go and rest. Masaa bachelor, masaa ni ya bachelor. Woo! Niende nipike jamani hata ugali mayai. Fred.
Hello, good evening. Hope I'm clear.
Yes, you're clear.
Yeah, mine is to focus. Mine is to echo on what my friend has already said, and I will still add on something that might be so helpful. I think this government has already realized that no one would like to associate with them. Even the churches that used to campaign for Ruto has already set line against William Ruto because Ruto is full of lies, Ruto is full of anger, and even Ruto is a one-man killer because he's already abducted the innocent people and even has already showed that he can abduct the foreigners. But this Ruto is just someone who is so careless, and sometimes he might mess this country and lower the dignity of our country. So we need to act faster, and we have been left as the opposition of this nation because opposition has been already captured, the parliament has already been captured. So it is our high time to show that the government, that the power belongs to us. We are the one who hire them, and we are the one who will not hire them come to 2027, because these people are still joking with us, are still joking with our mind, are still joking whatever that we do. This government is full of corruption, extrajudicial killings, and they are using everything, every resources that they have so that they can humiliate the common mwananchi. That's all for today.
Thank you so much, Fred, for finding time to talk to us. Bionic, what are your final words with us today? Bionic, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Talk to us.
A couple of things I wanted to bring up. First, I concur with the guy who was talking about the contracts law. He is very right. Contracts cannot just be terminated willy-nilly by one of the parties. It has to be both parties coming together and terminating the contract in agreement. If there is a clause that is written into contract about how to terminate the contract, and there are certain criteria that have to be met for one party to instigate termination of the contract. So in this case, Adani would be the one to start the process of terminating the contract, in my opinion, just because of the hostile work environment that Kenya is, and the fact that Kenyans have rejected far and wide his business with our government. I mean, the government is government of the people, and if the people are against his dealings, then if I were him, I would terminate this contract. But Adani is also a corrupt businessman. Even in India, he has cases going on right now. I was scrolling looking for this space today, and I found Indians talking about him in a very poor light. So he's not a good guy. And it's a shame that our government is in bed with one of the bad guys, internationally known bad guy. You know, he's a money launderer. And the US is aware of this. And I think that's why they put a kabush on some of the foreign accounts for Murkomen, Wandai, and Churchill. Maybe these are the main guys who are dealing or willing and dealing with Adani, I don't know. I'm just trying to put it two and two together. Because let me tell you guys something. This administration, this new incoming administration is going to want to make an example of Kenya, specifically on Ruto. Why? Because Ruto was a darling to Biden and Biden's administration. Remember, they held a very huge state dinner for him. The only state dinner that was held for a foreign leader was held for the Kenyan leader. So that just automatically makes him the enemy of Trump. Trump, who I will call DJT, those are his initials, his modus operandi is to destroy everything done by the previous administration. Like when he came in 2016, he tried to destroy everything Obama had done. Some of them he couldn't, just because of the way the policies are written. And some of them he actually did destroy. And it affected a lot of things and created a lot of problems. But this time, he has no guardrails. And I will keep repeating this every time I can, that Trump, DJT has no guardrails now. So, and he's going to want to make an example of this relationship that Biden had with WSR. And he's going to make it, show it out to be the worst thing ever. And it's going to be turned into a corruption deal, just like they talk about Biden had corrupt dealings with Ukraine. Much as some of that is, there's fununus of that being true, but in essence, it wasn't true. But, like someone would say, repeat a lie many times and it'll be believed. Trump believes that. So he's going to start talking about how the deals with WSR were just corrupt deals, corruption at its finest. And it's going to stick because, one, he hates Africans, he hates Black people. So, and the people who follow him, excuse me, the people who follow him are they're gullible. They're easily influenced to whatever Trump says they follow. So he's going to make an example of him. And I look forward to that. I will be popping champagne when that's happening. Not because of my country, but because of the WSR going down. Maybe the stuff that's starting to happen now is signs that those things are starting to get into play. Because, they use different people to start, testing the waters to see if we do this, if we do that, what's going to happen, how are the Kenyans going to respond. I found out yesterday on JKL Live that the Kenyans in Haiti are being paid by us, by the Kenyan government. The deal they had with supposedly the deal they had with the UN. Now, Kenya did not willingly volunteer to send its troops to Haiti. It was more of an order. It was more of an order to WSR by the Biden administration and by the UN Security Council. Why? Because of the relationship they were forming and they had together. So I found out yesterday that the Kenyans in Haiti, first of all, they were there for a couple of months without being paid. Then when they started being paid, they were paid by the Kenyan government, and they were not paid their full salaries because the Kenyan government has no money. The deal is that the UN is supposed to compensate the Kenyan government for paying the Kenyan troops in Haiti. But this deal doesn't seem to be working because the UN has not refunded Kenya. So you think DJT is going to, because DJT has, the US has veto power in the Security Council, and China and Russia usually vote together, but the other three countries, France and the UK, vote with the US. They are going to vote together because DJT is a bully and whatever. So he's going to cut this deal. And Kenyan troops are going to be stuck over there because they have a contract also. They can't just walk out. They are there for a specific amount of time. The deal they made with the Haitian prime minister, they have to fulfill that time that they promised to be there. And it's going to be a point where there's no money coming from the UN at all to pay them because DJT will just kill that. He might kill that with an executive order, or he might not even be able to kill that, but the money they'll find ways to just delay the pay. And that will be the start of things falling apart for this guy. So I look forward to that, and I just wanted to share that, you guys. People don't believe that what's happening now is a sign of things to come with the churches or the Adani thing. I'm taking it, and I'm happy that this is happening. I hope it's not. I hope it's real, and I hope it's the beginning of the fall of this pathetic government of WSR. Thank you. I land.
Asante sana Bionic, Dejo, and other speakers that have joined us throughout